Welcome to Dateline Polk, with news about your county government. I'm your host, Taylor Benson. Today, you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the December 17th meeting. The board confirmed the appointment of John Bodie as Land Development Director. John is a certified public planner and has more than 14 years of planning experience in both the public and private sectors. Board members also confirmed the appointment of Ronnie Blackshear as a long-range planning director. Ronnie brings more than 12 years of transportation planning experience to the department. Board members approved an economic development ad valorem tax exemption to Amazon for a 75% reduction in property taxes for 10 years. In addition to their Lakeland facility currently under construction, Amazon is considering opening a new warehouse in Davenport with an expected capital investment of $15 million and 100 new jobs. With a 4-to-1 vote, the board approved a 90-day extension to an agreement with Republic Services to allow completion of a forensic audit and to authorize the county attorney to file legal action if the forensic audit results are not received by March 31, 2014. Commissioner Dantzler casted the dissenting vote. Commissioners approved an agreement not to exceed approximately $250,000 with Hydro Solutions Consultation for work to establish the first regional alternative water supply in Polk County. Polk County Utilities Director Gary Freeze has the project details.
The second item, item 13, was a CSA modification for Hydro Solutions LLC. They're a consultant that works for us. They will have been and will continue to participate in the Southeast Wellfield project. The Southeast Wellfield is a project that we're looking at for additional water supply, especially on the east side of the county. There are 10 cities involved, as well as the county, in looking at getting water so that we know that we'll have water through about the 2050 time frame. And it's a very expensive project, but it's also long-term and does provide that water. We talked about different options that are available for water supply, and this being the best at this time. It is more expensive than what we've done in the past, but it's also available to us, and we can continue to move forward and have water available for economic growth and development.
The board adopted an ordinance related to the collection, management, and disposal of solid waste, as well as the collection of fees for residential waste services in unincorporated Polk. The county currently has 3 separate ordinances that address these issues. The new ordinance consolidates the 3 into one single ordinance. The board approved the creation of the Polk County Rancho Bonito Municipal Service Taxing Unit. Rancho Bonito is a large, undeveloped subdivision in northwest Polk. Over the years, it has been plagued with various criminal activities. These activities have placed an additional burden on county and sheriff's office resources. The vote only provides the authority to levy the tax in the fiscal year 14-15 budget. The decision whether to levy a tax will be made in mid-2014. The proceeds of the taxing unit, if levied, will assist in addressing the nuisances. Commissioners approved and executed the agreement necessary for the receipt of the Federal Transit Administration grant used to fund Polk's rural transit programs. The grant amount is approximately $1.6 million and requires the board provide a cash match of approximately $820,000 and an in-kind match of the same amount. Board members renewed the county's annual workers' compensation insurance policy with Midwest Employers Casualty Company for approximately $273,000. Risk Management Director Mike Kushner has the details.
Yes, this is a catastrophic policy for excess workers' compensation that covers the board and all of its constitutionals. This is in the event of a loss exceeding $1.25 million. It could be to an individual or a combination of individuals that are injured while at work. This protects the assets of the county in the event of a large loss.
The board approved a right-of-way agreement with Janus Touchstone of approximately $100,000 for the purchase of a parcel needed for the Janville Village Drainage Project. Commissioners adopted a resolution providing notice of intent to use the uniform method of collection for non-ad valorem assessments. Simply put, the uniform method of collection is a tax bill mailed to residents for services such as solid waste, fire, emergency medical services, special taxing districts, and code enforcement efforts. Florida law requires local governments adopt a resolution of possible intent if the government is considering the collection method. Board members approved their member and liaison assignments to community boards and advisory groups for 2014. In addition to county commission meetings, commissioners also serve as liaisons and members of 24 other community boards. The board increased the county attorney's annual salary by $7,500 and approved a $1,200 plus 1% annual increase for the county manager effective December 23rd. Commissioners tabled the vote to update the Polk County Utilities Code Reference Manual to allow more time to review the proposed updates. Utilities Director Gary Freese joins us again with the details.
Item number 12 was a recommendation for adoption of the changes that we've made to the utility code during this last year. From time to time, there are technical changes that are necessary. What materials can be provided, what equipment can be provided for projects that we build, and so we've made some slight modifications to those to the existing code, and we brought that forward. Commissioner Lindsay moved to table the issue so that he'd have a little more time to look at it, and so that will come back up at a later date.
During the special presentation section of the meeting, board members recognized 6 county employees who reached milestones in their careers this month. Thank you to Maddie Mills in Social Services for 20 years of service. For 25 years, we thank Philip Dukes and Larry Webb in Fire Rescue. We also thank Ken Adele and Martin Pittman in Transportation for 30 years of service. And thanks to Allegra Jackson in Building and Codes for 35 years. The board also recognized Dr. Greg White for 30 years of service to Polk County as the Medical Director for Emergency Medical Services.
Well, I'm thankful that the administration and the Board of County Commissioners have allowed me to perform as the EMS Medical Director for almost 30 years. We've done many things in Polk County over the last 30 years to rank us very highly in the state. Things like automatic external defibrillators, cardiac care, STEMI care, stroke care, trauma care. We essentially take a backseat to none. I have a tremendous staff. They've done a great job, and they'll continue to do so as long as we always remember, make every decision in the interest of the patient.
Commissioners appointed Brad Dantzler to the Tourist Development Council and approved term extensions for the members of the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee to December 2016. Board members vacated portions of unmaintained rights-of-way known as Pine Street, Michigan Avenue, and Highland Road in the Lakeland Highlands Club acre lots. The board approved 4 different amendments to the Land Development Code. The 4 items are staff-initiated amendments that address accessory uses, community centers, administrative revisions, and temporary uses. Lastly, the board heard the first of 2 required hearings for a staff-initiated amendment to the Land Development Code to eliminate the appendix on future capacity road needs and the section on substandard right-of-way widths. The commissioners vote on the amendment on January 7th. R.J. Walters, Communications Specialist for the Transportation Planning Organization, joins us now to highlight road projects happening in Polk County.
Thanks, Taylor. Everyone loves the 12 days of Christmas and 8 days of Hanukkah, but we wanted to give the number 10 its due this time of year. On December 10th, the Polk TPO hosted a live telecast right here on PGTV, running down the top 10 highlights of the newly revised Florida Department of Transportation Work Program. The Work Program is a comprehensive rundown of road and trail projects that are funded to be studied, designed, and/or constructed in the next 5 years. During our live broadcast, nearly 30 participants joined our live online chat, and we gave away 3 $20 gift cards to people who correctly answered trivia about the Work Program. It's an exciting time to be involved with the Polk TPO as we're rolling out more community forums and new ways to have your voice heard, and we are also putting the finishing touches on a new website that should provide you with all the tools you need to stay on top of what's going on with roads and trails in your community. The top 10 projects of the Work Program, as highlighted by the TPO staff, include a good mix of trails, highway, and other roads throughout Polk. Coming in at number 10 on our countdown was a pair of roundabout projects that are scheduled for construction next fiscal year. They're going to be implemented at the intersection of Dean Still Road and State Road 33, and also on State Road 17 at Hunt Brothers Road. These projects are primarily to address safety concerns. Number 9 on our countdown was the ongoing commitment to implementing complete streets elements into existing roads of need. In 2012, the TPO adopted a complete streets policy that stressed the importance of providing safe travel for all users regardless of their age or abilities. That means planning for projects that include the needs of public transit users and pedestrians and bicyclists, while implementing design elements that create safer communities for pedestrians and motorists. There is money in the Work Program in fiscal year 2015 for the TPO to work with local governments to identify complete street upgrades and projects. Number 8 in our countdown was an extension to Ernie Caldwell Boulevard in the northeast region of the county. The project will be constructed in 2 phases, and the extension will provide alternate routes to US 27 and US 1792 and help form a grid network of roadways. It will also provide additional access to Haines City. Coming in at number 7 was the expansion of the new Tampa Highway to 4 lanes from Wabash Avenue to the Hillsborough County line. This is vital because a lot of freight traffic utilizes this road to access many of the industrial parks and distribution centers that exist along US 92. The roadway also serves as an alternate route to I-4 where there is severe congestion or lane closures on the interstate. Number 6 in the top 10 was the construction of the Peace River Bridge in Fort Meade. In 2014, an FDOT feasibility study will consider the construction of a separate bridge structure for bicyclists and pedestrians that would cross the river to the Fort Meade Outdoor Recreation Area and the soon-to-be constructed Fort Meade Peace River Multi-Use Trail. So on to the top 5 we go, or should I say I hope you go. We don't have time to get you all the way to number 1 today, but the full broadcast of the top 10 highlights of the FDOT Work Program can be found on our Facebook page or on our Twitter account, where we'd love to hear your comments about the projects we've highlighted. Speaking of projects, there are a vast array of them going on around the county right now that were once scheduled in the Work Program. Here's a list of projects that might cause you delays during your holiday travels throughout Polk. A first-of-its-kind project for Polk County is underway in Winter Haven, where a pedestrian bridge is being constructed at State Road 544, Avenue T Northwest. By next spring, bikers, walkers, and all types of pedestrians will rise above traffic and have unhindered trail access. It is ADA compliant. Currently, traffic in both directions under the bridge will be shifted as needed during the overnight hours of 10:30 p.m. through 5:30 a.m. Use caution and watch for changes in the traffic pattern. Another project worth noting is the installation of a new bridge on Rock Ridge Road at Gator Creek in North Lakeland. The bridge will have 2 12-foot travel lanes, 5-foot paved shoulders, and a barrier wall. The road has been reduced to 1 lane, and for approximately the next 3 months, traffic will be controlled by temporary signals at Creekwood Run. The speed limit has also been reduced to 25 miles per hour. Let's move on to other updates that might cause delays. The following roads will be affected by construction work both day and night for the foreseeable future. The Interstate 4 eastbound exit ramp at County Line Road and South Frontage Road, where the ramp will actually be closed during portions of the overnight hours. US 27 in Haines City from Silvercrest Drive to Bates Road. US 1792 from Hinson Avenue north to south of McCune Avenue. And US 98 at Farm Road. Road projects that will cause intermittent delays just the daytime hours include US 27 from Ritchie Road to south of Berry Road, State Road 540 east to State Farm entrance, State Road 37 from Cozart Road to Bethlehem Road, and State Road 17 at Palm Street in Frostproof. Nighttime delays can be expected around the county at the following locations: US 98 from County Road 540A to State Road 540 Winter Lake Road, US 98 north just south of West Daughtery Road, US 27 from Berry Road to US 192 in the Davenport-Claremont area, State Road 659 Cumbie Road at North Crystal Lake Drive, South Florida Avenue at West Pipkin Road, Lake Miriam Drive, State Road 17 in Haines City from State Road 544 County Road 544 to US 1792, and at State Road 17 in Lake Wales from Egg Farm Road to Mount Lake Estates entrance. No matter when and where you're driving this holiday season though, the TPO wants to remind you to always use caution, whether there are orange barrels out or not. During the 2011 holiday season, 760 people lost their lives due to drunk driving, according to the Florida Department of Transportation. Remember to stay sober or you'll get pulled over. We appreciate your interest in safer, more accessible transportation for Polk County, and we wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. With updates and information on the Planning That Moves Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, January 7th. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.